Really? Can't believe I didn't headshot that guy. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no no. Oh dear. Hello and welcome back to the ranged only challenge for Bannerlord. We're going to be joining a tournament for the first part of this episode because, again, the Southern Empire have made peace. Now bear in mind that the Southern Empire has actually, well, kind of shot themselves pretty hard in the foot because this peace agreement is so much worse than the previous one. They're paying us almost 4,000 in cash, and I gotta say, I think that is insanity. I have no idea why they are even doing that, to be honest. I think that in general they should probably have just declined the peace agreement or voted against it, because we're not actually doing that well against them. I feel like we're winning. Yes, absolutely. We're absolutely winning, but I wouldn't say that we are doing anything special, so to speak. So it is kind of amazing to me to assume that they would just go, oh yes, let us pay them a huge amount of cash, and that's the reason why I'm kind of just running around now, doing a little bit of tasks, a little bit of tournaments, and just getting myself into a situation where we are prepared for the next war declaration. So one thing that I do want to do pretty badly, actually, is I want to get my prisoners sold off to one of those tasks. I know someone said that the task in question is most likely going to be next to the border of Azerai territory, and I've already checked all of the villages nearby to where I currently am, so obviously that's not going to happen there, but maybe I just need to go a little bit further. So I'm gonna go and try to get to the other side of Azerai territory in just a second, but I thought I'd show a tournament first. This is a pretty lengthy one, actually. Whoa, that was some nice damage right there. Did you see that? That was a bit of a risky maneuver on my part. I actually thought I might die there for a second. Anyway, unfortunately, no ranged weapons for me at the moment, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of regular old slashy with this wonderfully short two-handed, actually one-handed axe, not a two-handed. Let's see if I can do some damage. Oh, nice. Yes. Can I get some more? Yes, I can. Look at that. Very good. And all of my people actually survived. Can you believe that? That's really crazy. Anyway, fine steel spear. That's really nice. My forces have leveled up relatively well, actually. Why? Okay, question. Why does this guy have a bow and the guy with the bow skill doesn't? That's always rather amusing to me. Maybe I can pick up this guy's bow. Nice. Okay, there we go. Now I am going to pick it up. Thank you. Yes. And now I am bound to ranged only. Okay. A little bit more than this. There we go. Okay. Okay, come on. I need to kill this guy before the other one actually starts moving towards us. I knew he would die, you see. I knew that fellow would die. Nice headshot. Woohoo! Okay, that was a little bit too close for my liking. He was just about to swing, but you've got to do that, you know? You've got to do that. If you have a bow and they're right on top of you with their melee attack poised, ooh, you got to be careful. Okay, I hit the desert. Well, I guess that's all right. I don't really like hitting the horse. It's not a particularly useful thing to do. Oh well, never mind. Okay, come on now. Get him. Get him. I gotta be a bit careful here. Oh, nice. That was some good damage. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he is dead. Oh, yes. Okay, so now let us just do a little bit of pokey action. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, that's actually kind of significant damage from him. There we go. Yeah, I was in the perfect position there. And now we're probably going to be up against Mitunius the Golden. And yes, indeed, we are. Okay, so that spear is mine, sir. The tournament reward is going to be mine. And you cannot do anything to stop it. Maybe he can. I mean, I'm not sure how good he is. I mean, he's obviously not wearing particularly good armor at the moment. So even if I do take some damage, I probably wouldn't die from it. There we go. Oh, and he went floppy at the end right there. Look at that. And there we go. A fine steel leaf spear. Main reason why I'd like to get these things is so that I can then go into the smithy and then I can basically just go, okay, fine steel leaf spear, boom. Then we can hopefully get some additional... it's not even good, unfortunately, as you can see. I'm not getting anything like fine steel. I'm getting regular steel, though, which is actually really good. So let me see. Do you think I can actually make something now? I mean, the javelin, I of course still cannot make, as you can see there, right there. But maybe I can make a two-handed sword or something. Let's see if I can actually do that. If I can do that, then that's going to be really nice. Okay, maybe something like this. Yes, so far so good. So far so good. Okay, I've got a tier 2, a tier 3 handle. Ooh, this is actually looking like a pretty nice weapon, I gotta say. Alright, so what else do we have here? Pommel doesn't really make that much difference. Do we have a tier 2 one? Yes, we do. It does increase the difficulty slightly. But personally, I don't feel like it really... I don't know, it doesn't really change it all too much. Let's make it a little bit bigger right here to increase the difficulty. And then we will go for it. There we go. Okay, so we're obviously going to have a huge amount of stat deficits right here. I'm actually not going to call it anything because it's basically just for leveling up my smithing skill. That's pretty much all it's for. So we're just going to do this a couple of times. And boom, there we go. We unlocked a pine shaft. I think that might actually be part of the javelin set. No, it's not. Pine javelin shaft. Okay, so we unlocked the polearm version of that. Okay, well, that's actually pretty good to know. That is pretty good to know. And you can see here that we're unlocking so many smithing parts right now, which is really, really nice. That is going to help us in the future. All right. So we also have a number of things that we can do here. So obviously I have a bit of a herd deficit at the moment. So I'm thinking we'll probably just sell a couple of these desert horses. And we'll sell some of these mules as well. There we go. And there we go. My herd deficit has basically evaporated at this point, which is really nice. So what we're also going to do is we're going to purchase some meat and some beer, butter, olives, grapes, and so on. And that is pretty much all. Because what I want to do is I want to try and get my steward skill to level up as well. Now, I think I have actually leveled up. No, I haven't. Okay, almost. As you can quite clearly see, we are extremely close to leveling up. So let's see what I can do here. Character can use a more efficient method of charcoal creation. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the thing I will indeed take. That usually is the best one, at least in my opinion. And we're now going to move on and hope for a couple of tasks to hand off these prisoners. I mean, yeah, there we go. There's the manual laborers. They're a little bit further away from the border, gotta say that. But, you know, it's all right. I'll bring you at least 30 prisoners. And this is going to be absolutely fantastic. The amount of money that we're going to gain from this is almost astronomical. Just look at how many people I can actually give over here. All of these guys. Obviously, I can't give the Imperials because they are actual military units. These are the bandits that we want to give. So let's do it. Let's see how much we're going to get. 33,000. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, how did I get those mounted ransackers, you ask? Well, that is indeed the escort caravan mission. If you do the escort caravan mission and indeed the helping with bandits quest, you're going to be able to get these things done really, really quickly. And you're going to be able to capture desert bandits and steppe bandits if you're in Khuzait territory, forest bandits if you're in Botanian territory, and so on. You know, just basically any kind of regional bandit, you're going to be able to find those and easily be able to take them prisoner. So you shouldn't have too many difficulties with that. And there's Barney leveling up. There's a desert bandit party right there. There's a looter party right there. There's a huge amount of looters all over the place. Doesn't really matter where we go or who we attack at this point, because personally I feel like we have so much money right now. I really don't even need to worry too much about it. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens personally. Because I do have a couple of suggestions, not from me, obviously, but from those of you in the comments, about what I'm going to do at 10 deaths. And I think someone actually said that it might be an idea to restrict myself to not buying gear, or should we say maybe armor, because I don't think I'll be able to really get anything that good in terms of weapons from battles. So yeah, so in other words, to restrict myself to not buying from marketplaces at all, or to potentially not buying armor from those places. Now, the only problem with that is that in general, it's going to result in me dying that much more, and it's just going to snowball and cause me to, well, again, lose my gear and then have to do something completely different. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, to be honest. So hopefully we will just not die. But generally, I don't know whether I can do that, to be honest, because it's going to, as I say, it's going to kind of stagnate the series a little bit too much, potentially. So I'm not entirely sure whether we can really make that work viably in comparison to literally just using a different weapon type. Because obviously a different weapon type, you can see here, we already have 10 in crossbows. It's just literally 10. And that is going to obviously provide a little bit of a different slant on things, shall we say. Anyway, I'm actually going to level up my smithing skill right here. Going to level up my endurance as well. And then we'll see what these guys have for us right here. Bandit. Oh, yes. This is perfect. Okay, yes. I absolutely love these. Okay, so yes, I will definitely do this. This is super, super fun. Do bear in mind, however, that I am, again, restricted to only using ranged, as is the case in the entirety of the encounters in this particular series, with the exception of tournaments, of course. I must only use ranged, and that means that if anyone gets into my combat space, we're done, and that's it. I can't really do anything else about it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get rid of these guys, and we're gonna, you know, just take our master archers in there, and we're gonna see how it goes. All right, hello there. Oh, I missed. There we go, I hit. Okay, fantastic. Nice. Okay, that was a good kill. Now, here's the thing. Do they see that I've killed one of their own? No. That was a complete stealth kill. Look, there's a guy right there. That was a little bit too far. There we go. Nice headshot. There we go. Alright, so thankfully we can actually approach in a stealthy fashion. Shall we try a stealth approach for the most part? I mean, I guess we could, but it is going to be very difficult because the AI is not field of vision based as far as I'm aware. I don't think they are field of vision based. I think they are proximity based. So the closer you get, it doesn't matter whether they see you or not, they're going to attack. So hopefully we'll be able to deal with that without too many difficulties. Oh, there we go. Nice. 2 headshots right there. Any more people over there? No, 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 and no. From every direction, we seem relatively safe. I'm kind of worried about this, to be honest, because I don't have my people with me. They are on hold fire, so maybe what I should do is I should tell them to follow me, just as a little bit of an insurance policy. Although it would be quite cool if we could actually finish this ourselves. You know what? I'm going to actually put these guys here, and then I'm just going to go in by myself, and we'll see if we can maybe do something. Because I think this is going to be kind of interesting if I can even do this solo with ranged only. Might be a challenge. Really? Can't believe I didn't headshot that guy. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no no. Oh dear. Oh, what? What? Are you serious right now? Did you see that? The literal environment stopped me from moving. That is actually hilarious. Okay, come on guys, help me. There we go. Thank you. Oh, okay. That was... I was not... Okay, so here's the thing. The reason why I got a little bit flustered there was obviously not only because of the fact that this geometry right here, look at this. Look. This is... Look at that. That basically makes me stuck there. This is badly done on the level designer's part, in my opinion. Because this makes it so that any player moving there is going to get stuck in that small little gap for at least a second or two. And that's not going to be particularly good. So, yeah, that's the reason why that happened. But anyway, the reason I got flustered as well is because I saw the massive sword in the guy's hands. And I thought to myself, oh dear, this is this is maybe not going to work out too well. But yeah, thankfully we're still able to progress onward. Let me see if I can see any other people. Now, bear in mind that that probably was going to be a death for me. Maybe. I mean, I might have been able to kind of manipulate the environment a little bit and maybe try to gain some distance between me and the opponent, and I might have been able to turn around and then headshot him if I didn't have those people helping me. So generally, I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. It might have been a death on our hands right there, but we have killed almost all of the enemies without taking any damage at all, and we've killed them mostly with headshots, which I suppose is okay, you know, not too bad, not too bad. Anyway, let's see if I can maybe find the remaining forces. Ah, there's one. Nice, next shot. There's another one. Oh. Nice, okay. Whew. I was just about to get running right there. I thought to myself, yes, might have some problems. There's another one. This is, wow, this is really cool, actually. You know, I'm a big fan of stealth games. Now, obviously, do bear in mind that, you know, I'm not particularly good at them, case in point, you know, getting stuck on the environment there. But, yeah, generally, I've had a huge amount of fun in the past with games like Splinter Cell, and generally just running around in those games is super fun. Especially now, here's the thing, this might be a bit controversial, I'm not too sure, but generally the newer Splinter Cell games I have been very much enjoying. Is that a guy? No. So for example, things like Splinter Cell Conviction, I know that came out in like 2011 or something, so it's I think it's 10 years ago now. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. And then obviously Splinter Cell Blacklist came out after that. And generally, I had a huge amount of fun playing that. And generally, these kinds of games are really cool to see just how far you can get without being detected. And this is the kind of thing that's going on here. You know, you got to kind of rely on your own wits and so on. And for the most part, I feel like we've done this quite well. I mean, this is the first time I'm really going into a bandit hideout with ranged only, and attempting to eliminate all enemies by myself. But you got to bear in mind, however, that this is slightly easier than you would expect to find in Sturgian territory, for example. If we were to go to Sturgian territory, this would be probably almost impossible, I would say, because most of the enemies... I'm going to tell my people to charge in now. But yeah, most of the enemies are going to have shields. And that is going to provide a almost insurmountable problem for someone that's only using ranged. And especially you've got to consider that it's just almost impossible to shoot beyond a shield unless you're shooting into their legs. And when you shoot into their legs, it doesn't really do much. Like, yeah, okay, it's going to deal some damage, but I don't think it slows them down. I don't think there's any real way to slow enemies, you know. So for example, in a realistic situation, if you were to shoot someone in the leg, then obviously they're going to feel that, and they're going to be like, yeah, I've been shot in the leg, what am I supposed to do now, sort of thing. But yeah, anyway, I don't fight duels with brigands. Let's see if we can maybe do some damage here. I shot my own. No. Are you... that was a bit too close. That was a bit too close for my liking. I cannot believe I shot one of my own troops, because that's exactly what I do. But thankfully, I think he lived. Where's my arrow? Or he might be the one that actually died. I'm terribly sorry, sirs. Terribly sorry about that. Okay, well, whatever the case, there we are. We did it. And almost 100% stealth. If this was Splinter Cell, then I would have gotten a C+. Or something along those lines. Yeah, nothing too great. Yes. Indeed. Okay, well, whatever the case, there we go. We did it, and look at that. We gained 2,000 gold. We gained some good renown values as well, and we also get some wonderful relation. There's the Army of Poachers quest. I suppose we'll take that as well. There's basically nothing else we can really do right now, unfortunately, with the exception of these tasks and generally doing a couple of tournaments here and there. And yeah, you can see exactly the reason why they made peace, by the way. Just see, look at the Southern Empire. They are building back up. But here's the thing. They had 18 vassals as prisoners of war in that particular engagement with us. And that was the main reason why they made peace. They wanted to try and get all of their vassals out, and they had about 2,300 combat strength as a result of all of their people being taken prisoner. And now the Aserai are not looking that bad. Look at this. The Aserai are looking pretty good. Look at that. 5,300. Everyone seems to be pretty even, actually, with the exception of the Khuzait. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. Seeing the Khuzait at such a high combat strength gives me all kinds of nightmares from previous series. And here we go. Let's fight these poachers and see if we can deal with them. Now bear in mind, obviously, if I die here, that's another death to the counter, and I have about 45% HP, which is really not very good, obviously. Okay, so let's see where the enemies are. Okay, so they're coming from over here. My Aserai Master Archers are, of course, not going to be that fast at maneuvering, and the poachers are they're pretty good, actually. The poachers are not that bad. They are pretty decent ranged units, and they are capable of some pretty terrifying feats of accuracy. I wish I could hit someone, though, personally. Are you serious right now? Am I actually, like, playing this game, or am I literally just playing Missing Arrow Simulator or something? Because I'm literally missing every single shot that I fire at this point. Really? What is this? Yeah, that hideout has completely skewered my mounted combat, in my opinion, because now I'm used to firing on foot, and the accuracy is so much better. There we go. Okay, now we're starting to get some hits here. Okay. I don't even know. It's fine. It's fine. You know, it's all right. Just getting a couple of, a little bit of bow skill here and there is always good. And it doesn't really... you know what? I'm just going to get out of there. That seemed to be completely bad luck, that particular task. Me just literally missing every single thing in sight. But we did get, wow, an insane amount of leather from that, actually. Really good amounts of leather. And I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move over to Kasira, because I saw the prices of horses at the moment. And I think they are significant. Yes, as you can see, look at that. I can actually sell these for a massive profit. Although, do bear in mind that I'm not entirely sure if it's even worth me doing this, to be honest. Because in wait a minute. Did I just sell both of those? Oh, I only had that? Are you serious? I only had that amount? Oh, I'm actually kind of surprised about that. Okay, yeah. I'm going to have to go to Askar, I believe. But look at that. Look at that trade skill. That's really nice too. Yeah, I should probably spec into trade, to be honest, all things considered. Although, that's the thing. The developers still have not fixed the problem where caravans do not give you trade skill passively when they're running around the map and gaining money for you. And that is actually what the description says. Look, make profit from trading, operate caravans. And yes, albeit, it's true that I only have one focus point in it, and my learning rate is very, very low, but that should not prevent me from getting trade skill. So yeah, I believe there is a mod that actually saves you from that issue, but obviously this is an unmodded playthrough at the moment, so yeah, not going to be able to use that. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, caravan ambush, that could be really, really good. Let's go into the trade screen though first and just buy a whole bunch of these. I'm actually wondering whether I should just buy all of them, to be honest, but I don't really want to over encumber ourselves with the herd deficit. But I'm going to buy mules for the most part. There's the herd deficit now starting to kick in. So let me see. I'm just going to get a little bit less. There we go, 0.18. And look at desert horses. That's actually insane. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get some more desert horses because they themselves also give carry capacity, albeit much less, but they still give carry capacity. So I'm going to just go with completely that, and we'll sell a couple of sumpter horses, I suppose, as well. And there we go. We'll just pay the 10k and then we'll go on from there. And then the caravan ambush should be pretty easy as well for us. But yes, I think after this episode, I'm not going to be displaying any more tasks or any more busy work like this, unless you actually like seeing this kind of stuff, because obviously I don't really have anything else to do at this point. We're not actually at war with anyone, and I think for the general areas of the Azerai and the Southern Empire, they're the only ones that are really going to be doing battle against each other. So that is obviously a bit of an issue, because then we only have one person that is a potential for, you know, actually targeting them and attacking them and so on. Everyone else is basically just, well, too far away, I guess. They're probably just too far away in that case. Anyway, let's just auto-delegate ourselves, see how well that does against a pack of rather well-geared cavalry. Oh, that was a nice headshot, if I do say so myself. I'm redeeming myself potentially slightly for my previous faux pas in the... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I spoke too soon. I think I spoke too soon, potentially. Okay, here we go. Not too bad. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my aim on horses in this episode. It seems to be completely skewed. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. It's kind of crazy. Oh, look at that. I have 223 in riding skill. I might be able to get to 225 in this episode if I actually try a little bit harder. There we go. Maybe I can do this. That was some good bonus right there. Maybe I can get a little bit more. Yeah, it's highly unlikely, to be honest. Generally, the best way to get riding skill increases is obviously from massive amounts of range. So generally, if you see a huge globule of recruits or something like that, then firing into those while speeding around at the, well, speed of light, basically, that's going to give you the best possible gains. But generally, just doing any kind of random mounted combat is definitely going to do that. But just so much better when you're traveling from side to side as well. I'm not entirely sure if that makes a difference or whether it's just speed that is taken into account. But yeah, it seems to me like we're actually doing pretty nicely here. Like, can I kill this guy? He's going to kill me, you know, if he just turns and shoots me in the face. That would be awful. And there we go. They're actually running away. Fantastic. And obviously the escort and slash, you know, caravan ambushes are very, very good for relation increases. So if you do want to continue recruiting people from around these parts, then this is a fantastic way to do that too. Anyway, as I said, this is probably going to be the last episode that we'll be focusing on tasks and things like that, and all I'll do from now on, unless you actually do want to see those things, let me know in the comments if you do. But if you are perfectly happy just to see bigger battles, you know, against vassals and sieges and so on and so forth, then obviously I'll be doing a whole bunch of progression off screen, and then whenever a war crops up, which hopefully will be quite soon, because you can see here the Khuzait are actually encroaching on the Southern Empire. This is the main problem now, you see. The Khuzait always tend to do this kind of thing, and then they just run away with the game, and they absolutely murder everything in their path. Hopefully that's not going to happen this time. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.